Good morning and welcome. This morning I've printed off the new kit from Shabbydabbydoodah and it's Dreaded Red Gothic, and whilst I'm not a huge fan of Halloween, these colours just absolutely called to me, so I thought I might have a little go and make a bit of a folio. And I love folios, they're such great fun. And so I've collected some bits and pieces here, and I'm not sure what we'll use. I haven't actually coffee dyed or tea dyed anything as yet, but I thought we'd start with these two A4 sized envelopes as a basis, and I printed these off. Now I'm not sure that they are as red as they looked on the TV when I saw them premiered, but they have actually changed colour since they've dried, so I really love them. I was in two minds, to be honest, because of them being so Halloweeny. And then of course my printer decided to play up, even though I topped up the ink and everything was hunky-dory. I'd cleaned it the other day, so hence some of these pieces have been cut out a little bit because on that one I printed it the wrong way round, but I hope those are going to be fabulous to use anyway. So hence some of these I've cut out already because I was trying to save what I could from that dreaded line thing. So I've got quite a lot down here in the bin, which, you know, I've tried to save, but there's nothing really you can do about those awful lines. Anyway, I've cleaned it again, and I thought, right, well, I'll try and print it on different papers. So this time I printed it on, this is 200 gram, and after I cleaned it, I printed it on that card again, and it was still a bit off. So I tried it on some different paper. This is lovely smooth 200 GSM, as I've just said. So yeah, that seems to be fine now. So this is on, I'm not sure, it's a little bit heavier than 200, but it's the card that you get from the craft shop in a box. You fill a box for £5. So that's those. And then I've printed these on 160 because it was either that or 80. So I thought, right, we'll go with the 160 because I've run out of 120. So there's 16 of these background papers, and they are absolutely fabulous. So you can see with that one, I tried to, because it had lines on it, I tried to save it. I used a watercolour brush, and you can't actually see the lines in it. Well, you can just see them very faintly, but I just thought, what a waste of time just to reprint it. So yeah, I was trying to be economical, saving, and I was trying to save card because I was printing that on card. And yeah, in the end I just thought, well, it's not worth the bother, is it really? So if you haven't seen this kit, pop over to Tina's Etsy shop. I mean, it is ridiculously cheap to actually purchase, and I think it was £1.70 for the background papers and £1.70 for the ephemera sheets, and you got 16 of these backgrounds and 6 of the ephemera sheets. Absolutely fabulous. So my idea really is not so much to focus on Halloween, but to focus on the Gothic. So that's my idea. And then I thought, you know, you're appealing to a group of people who like the Gothic rather than the one night in the year where you have Halloween. So that's those. And these are the envelopes. Now, I'll just move this white card. The other thing I did was I printed some, well, I didn't print them. I I painted these with tea yesterday because in the past I've used coffee, and to be honest, I know you don't have to make the coffee so strong, but every time I've made it I seem to have made the coffee too strong, and the papers are terribly dark. So I thought, right, I'll have a go with tea, and there's little bubbles and everything there. So I'm really pleased with these. So maybe I'll get the opportunity to use those as well. And I've got a cup of tea here. This is my decaffeinated Earl Grey, and I've left the tea bag in because it didn't seem to be very strong. So I'll just keep having a sip of that. And here's my lovely cup, look. That's me and Jess. So there we are. So what I thought I'd do was I would join these together in the centre like that, and start with that. So I'll tear these strips off here, and I'll get the glue, and I think we'll use this glue to start with. And we'll have some paper, I think, because I've made enough of a mess of my my lovely mat, which I've had for absolutely years and years and years, and of course this week I have absolutely ruined it trying to clean it, and stupidly I thought, get that tacky glue off. I didn't have any alcohol wipes, so I thought, oh, I'll use some nail varnish remover. Well, that was a very silly idea, because all that did was take off the white lines, and not a very happy person was I when I'd done it. So I've got another mat underneath, but it doesn't have the inch squares on it. It's a slightly different design. So yeah, so my mat's upside down at the moment. So if you saw my last video or the video before, you'll know. Sorry if my head, I noticed in my last video my head kept getting in the way, and I'm really sorry about that, because as you know, I'm still quite a newbie, so you'll have to forgive me until I get used to the idea of keeping my head out of shot. So that's a little bit crinkly, but I'm sure when it dries out it'll be absolutely fine. And I've got my Gothic nails on as well, so I thought that would be quite appropriate. So yeah, so there we are. So I'm not sure, I thought I needed to glue something else, but I don't know what's going on here now. This seems to be, oh, I know what I've done. That is the strip. There we are. I probably shouldn't have taken that strip off. But anyway, we're going to put something under there to decorate it. So I think for that little bit, I think we'll use this glue. Oh, excuse me. Got a hair in the mouth, I think. There we are. So what shall we pick? Something neutral, I think. Or, yeah, I think we'll pick the neutral to start with. Just, in fact, I think we will line that with some of that tea paper. So that's not going to be long enough, so it's going to have to go that way round. So I think that, yeah, we'll just yeah, that's not good. I had a feeling that might not, because it's very dry, because I did it yesterday morning and it has been drying ever since. I didn't iron it, but I did notice that it felt a bit spongy. I don't know. But yeah, not as crisp as I'd have thought it would be. So yeah, so we only need to have a very small amount really. So we'll just do that, and I think that'll be fine. And then we'll just trim it again, because as you saw for yourself, that wasn't wanting to tear. So there we are. So we'll put that in there. And gosh, I am absolutely roasting in here. The sun is beaming through the windows. It's a little bit breezy, but nothing too much. And yeah, it's really warm. In fact, it's been warm all week. I went out the other day and I was actually just in my t-shirt, which you know, is brilliant, isn't it? Nice little end to the year before we head into winter. A few nice sunny days, that'll be good, won't it? I really like having sunny days. I'm not a huge fan of winter, I must admit. I mean, I like it if we get a bit of snow. That's all right. But, you know, to be honest, I'd rather have a bit more summer than a bit more winter. So here we are, me struggling away here. That's gone in all right. Excuse me if you saw that dog hair there. Jess likes to sprinkle her joy everywhere she goes in the form of black dog hairs. So that's going to go in there like that. That's going to bob up there like that. Yeah, that's quite nice. Now, I remember the last time I made one of these, this edge and this is very vulnerable, so I'm going to have to be careful. See, look, I've already knocked the edge off there. And the last time I made one of these, I did reinforce all of this area, which I'll do again. So there we are, we've made a start. Now, I did watch G. Kerr make one of these, and she actually snipped the top of these envelopes to make pockets. But I don't think these are very strong ones, so I'm not going to do that. But I am going to do quite a lot of folding, and I am going to do quite a lot of adding other envelopes in to the folio itself. So there we are, that's a start. So let's, I'm not going to fold that just yet, I'm going to let that dry a little bit. Let's go in, and let's not go right up to the edge, because as you all very well know, we don't want to be fouling that spine area. So get the bone folder, and I'll just make that a crisper fold on there, and then we've got our very first fold. And then I'm not sure now whether to have this coming in as well, like that. I think we will, because I'd like to have something that goes around the back so that it opens up at the front and it opens up at the back. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that yet, because I haven't planned this out really. So there we are, we've got that and we've got that, and as I said, I'm not going to fold that just yet because I used the wet glue on there and it's still very soggy. So we'll leave that for the time being. Now then, so this is too big for here, and it's also going to be very difficult to use that pocket. So what I might do is trim it and have like a pocket that you tuck into there. So I have made one of these already, and it's just a start really. It's nowhere near finished, but I made it with those envelopes, and then I covered it with these papers, and this side I've nowhere near finished, but this side I've put quite a few bits and pieces in. So I put that envelope into there, which is this bit, and then I cut it because it's obviously one of these type of envelopes, and obviously I didn't cut it there. I must have cut it on this side, and then I put another envelope inside there like that, and there's nothing going on there. That's open there, so there's a pocket there. And then on this side I've got a little envelope there. I've got another envelope here, and as you can see I've backed them with this is paper that I made on the jelly press, so I've put those, and then I've got another one here. So that's how I've started that one off. Oh, this is one of those corner tucks that I made. Oh, I love those. I must make some more of those. Yeah, so that's how I started that one off. But I don't know, I've sort of shelved it. I haven't done anything with it for a while. So, and that goes in there and that goes over there. But I wanted something that was going to open this way as well. So that's something I'm going to have to give a little bit of thought to. But this one's going to be nice when I get on with it. It's got the very dramatic, again, red and black, very dramatic colours of the vintage Tanner's paper from Shabbydabbydoodah. So yeah, so anyway, there's a start. And here's the envelopes that we're going to use. I love these ones, but I've only got one of those. As you can see, it was from my birthday. And I might have to go and get some of those packs that Tina gets from the range. So yeah, there we are. And we'll carry on with that now. Okay, so since I was here a minute ago, I've turned the camera back on again. I've been having a little play with some photos, and some photos that I've taken myself, and some free images, and just having a little play with these to see if I could make some journaling cards to go along with the kit, and they do seem to go quite nicely. So we might have a little play with those again on later on in the video maybe. So I'm quite pleased with those. I really need to learn how to make digitals. It's something that I've got on my list of things that I need to learn how to do. I've also cut out a lot of the, well, most of the ephemera, just the odd thing I haven't done because I've got several of them. So I've cut out lots of these in readiness. And as you can see, can't bear to part with anything. So I've kept all these little strips because I'm sure I'll be able to do some lovely collage with those somewhere along the line. So yeah, so lots of that all ready to use to make clusters and to pop onto into rather the folio as we go along. So that's that. And I had a little go at making some of these with the tea dyed paper. These are really easy to make. You just start at the top and find your center point, give it a little squeeze, and then fold those in, and then you fold these up to make a faux envelope. And those are great for journaling, and you can either attach those with a paper clip, or you can excuse me, I've got a little frog in my throat today, or you can stick them down. And here's a larger version. Oops, not glued these down yet, so I was just having a little play yesterday afternoon. Oh, that's it, that's as long as it is. So that's made in exactly the same way. And that just needs gluing down. So the other thing I did was I had a play with this this folio. I wasn't happy with it. I wasn't happy with the way we'd laid it out yesterday, and I wanted to have a front. There we go. I wanted to have a front opening, and I wanted to have a rear opening. And the way I'd laid it out yesterday, that wasn't working. So what I did was I actually cut it in half, and I'll just show you. I cut it in half along this centre line that we'd glued yesterday, rather that I glued yesterday. And if you remember, I put the tea dyed paper inside, and there's the other side of it. So I cut that in half. And then I decided that what I would do, I would attach these to each other. Now, because it's been 24 hours since I actually played with this yesterday, I'm a bit confused as to what I ended up with. And I'm sure that should be inside somewhere and not on the back. So I'm obviously going to have another little play. But as you can see, the idea is to join in lots of different envelopes and attach them in different ways, and so that they are facing in different directions. So that one's going to go on there, and then that one's going to open and can be a pocket in there like that. And then this one's one of those long envelopes which I've folded in half and snipped open the bottom, so that's got a secret tuck spot in there. And then on this side I've got this envelope, which is another one of those long ones which I've done the same thing with, and and another one of these small envelopes on here. So the next job is to work out how that's supposed to, what my brain had decided upon yesterday, which I think is something along those lines. Something along those lines, I think. So we're opening at the front like that, and then we close that up, and then we turn it over, and then we open at the back like that. So I think that's how it's going to work. So that's where I'm up to at the moment. So this is how it's meant to be laid out, I think. So this is the front, and to help me, I've written front on the front. So first page, there we are, and we've got a pocket here, which I will reinforce because it's very, very thin. This side is a lot better because I've reinforced that with the tea dyed paper. And then I've got that pocket here, which opens out into this with a secret pocket inside there. And I'm just keeping these in place for the time being. And then what I've done is I've added another envelope. I think that's where the problem was, because I wanted more space inside. So we've got an envelope attached to this part here, and I've just fastened these with the paper clips just so that you can see where the envelopes join. Now I could leave a pocket there. I'll think about that. I've got a pocket here, and then I've got an envelope in here, and I've got an envelope here, pocket there. And then I've got this part here with an envelope there. This opens out again, and I've got 2 more envelopes here, and I've got another pocket in there. So there's a lot going on. I can still do something here. I've got a lot to do here. And then I've got that and that. And then if I turn it over, I've got the back. And then the back opens out. I've got an envelope here. I've got an envelope here. I've got all this space here. Now I've got an envelope here. I've popped that in there just for, you know, I've got one of those envelopes that are folded in half with a little secret pocket in there. And that goes in there. And then there's also a pocket in here. So I've got a pocket there and a pocket there. So there's a lot going on. So that's the back. So that's it. So front opens out like that, and like that, and like that. So it's now becoming a lap book as opposed to a folio. Not that I'm sure I know the difference, but, and then if you turn it over, you've got, what have we done now? Oh yeah, you've got that bit there that opens out like that. There we are. And that will also open out like that, I suppose, once I take away that paper clip. So there we are, that's that up to now. I've taken this front piece off now, and I've started stripping some of these bits. So that's the front, and I've just taken this whole envelope off. Now you've probably realised along with me that these envelopes are not A4 size, so we're going to have to do some work here to get this covered. So I've started stripping, I don't know why I'm calling it stripping. I've started ripping some of these background papers, and I do remember Tina, I think it was, saying that it's really better to have these on 80 gram, and I've printed these on, I think, 160, so they're probably a bit thick really for what I want to do, which is to collage them on here. But there we are, that's what's happened, and we learn by our mistakes. Anyway, it's not a mistake yet, we'll just see how we go, and whether it'll work or not. And I think, what did we say in the first video? We'll just go by the happy accidents maxim and hope for the best. No such thing as a mistake, as they say. So I think we'll go with this Pritt stick for the time being and see where we get. So we'll just cover some of this, and I'm not going to make you sit through the whole of this exercise because you will be bored rigid. So I'm just going to do a few bits and give you an idea of what's in my mind, so that you can see, what I've got, what plan I've got here. So there we are. Now these, I'm not sure whether there's an up or a down, but whether they're directional or not. I need to get a little box to put these bits in, don't I? Otherwise I'll be messing about for hours with them. There we are, so that'll go on there nicely. And yeah. So I've been out this morning. We're now late afternoon and it's starting to get a bit dull, so I won't be able to do this for much longer. My ring light is working. My battery pack is, don't like that white core showing on there. Yeah, so the nights are drawing in now, aren't they? And it's, what time is it? Just after 4. So you can see it's starting to get a bit dull. And this ring light will only last, well, it's got 3 bars, so it's not doing too badly. I've got this to go down the centre of here. This is getting up because I've got sticky on my fingers. Yeah, so I went out this morning and I had a lovely walk. It was really warm and really sunny. I didn't need a coat, and had a walk along the beach and took Jessie for a nice walk. And then I went to the RNLI shop and I picked up some tickets for a fundraising concert that I'm going to at the end of the month with my friend. And it's a shanty, sea shanty, I suppose. It's called Shanty Evening, and it's shanty songs and chicken in the basket. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think it'll be really good fun. I remember my friend and I went to watch that film with the group of fishermen that became well, they were fishermen, they were all friends, but they used to sing in the local pub, and they got found by an agent who eventually managed to persuade them to record, so they got a recording contract. And it was a really good film, really enjoyed it, and the music was great and the songs were really good as well. So I think we're going to, I think we'll enjoy it, and it'll be a nice night anyway. Live music's always good, isn't it? So you've probably got a bit of an idea of what I'm doing now. I'm just trying to collage around the edge of this, and I'm just going to do this one, and then I'll do the rest off camera, because otherwise you're going to be bored to death, aren't you? So there we are. Do this bit. Put a collage in. It's so relaxing, isn't it? And well, this paper seems to be fine. Excuse my head, because as other people say, you want to lean in to make sure that you're right at the top of your page, but then you end up with your head stuck in the camera, in the view, in everybody's viewpoint, don't you? So yeah, it's a bit difficult, isn't it? Anyway, so we're finished now, so I'll just put this last piece on and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I've taken this, let's move some rubbish out of the way. I've taken this background page, which was sort of like that, and I've cut it in half, pretty much in half anyway. I've rounded the edges and I'm just going to stick those onto there like that, and that's my background for there, and then the other, this will be the same on this side. So they'll both be the same, and I think that'll be fine. I think that'll look great. So that's going to be, if I can remember what we're doing. Oh yeah, just take that out there for a minute. That is going to be in there like that. There we are. And that's the front again. And obviously I'm going to wait till that dries before I bend it. And I'm also going to be aware of my butting up to the edges so that I don't, so that everything still is able to fold. So that's where I'm up to with that. So I'll finish that page off and then I'll get back to you.